Have you ever noticed how, as we age, certain things become a little harder to deal with? Maybe you've started to feel more tired than usual, or find it harder to bounce back after a long day. The energy and vitality you once took for granted seem to fade just a little more each year. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not just you. It's something that happens to all of us, and understanding how to manage these changes is crucial. Today, I want to talk about something a bit more serious, but extremely important, especially if you're 70 or older. We often think about the changes we experience as we age. But one thing we don't always talk about is how our bedtime habits can play a huge role in how we age and even in our overall longevity. In fact, we're going to explore the story of a 71-year-old man who passed away in his sleep and what we can learn from his bedtime habits. While this may sound like a heavy topic, it's meant to empower you to take control of your nighttime routine to enhance your health and live longer with more energy. In this video, we're going to discuss 4 bedtime habits that could be silently harming your health after 70. These aren't habits most people think twice about, but if you're not careful, they can make a huge impact on your well-being, especially as you get older. And the good news: by simply tweaking some of these habits, you could potentially improve your quality of sleep, boost your energy, and enhance your overall health. So, let's dive right in. The first bedtime habit we need to talk about is something that may sound simple, but it's incredibly important: going to bed at inconsistent times. We all know how great it feels to get a good night's sleep, right? But what you might not realize is that going to bed at different times each night can actually disturb your body's natural rhythms and disrupt your sleep cycle. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to changes in sleep patterns, and sticking to a consistent bedtime routine becomes even more critical. Here's an example. Tom, a 71-year-old man, had always been fairly healthy, but he started noticing a shift in his energy. He'd fall asleep fine, but he'd often wake up feeling sluggish, and his energy throughout the day was lower than usual. When he started tracking his sleep patterns, he realized that he was going to bed at different times each night. Sometimes it was 10 p.m., other nights it was 12 a.m., or even later. Without a regular schedule, Tom's body didn't have a chance to truly reset, and his sleep quality suffered. Why is a consistent bedtime so important, especially after 70? Well, as you get older, your body's internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm, becomes more sensitive. This rhythm controls the release of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. When you disrupt your natural sleep cycle, you're making it harder for your body to know when it's time to rest, which can lead to poor sleep quality and, over time, make you feel more tired during the day. What can you do about it? Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body will get used to this routine, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. This doesn't mean you have to be a slave to the clock, but consistency helps regulate your body's internal rhythm and can improve your sleep quality dramatically. Now, let's talk about the second bedtime habit: using electronic devices right before bed. We live in a world where technology is everywhere, and it's become second nature to grab our phones, tablets, or even watch TV before bed. But the problem with this habit is that the blue light emitted by these devices can seriously disrupt your sleep. And this isn't just an issue for younger people, it's just as important for seniors. Sarah, who is 72, used to enjoy watching her favorite shows on TV before bed. It was her way of winding down after a long day. But recently, she started noticing that she was having trouble falling asleep, even though she was exhausted. After some thought, she realized that she'd been using her tablet for reading or checking social media right up until she went to bed. What she didn't know was that blue light exposure, especially from screens, interferes with the production of melatonin, making it harder for her to fall into a deep sleep. Blue light isn't inherently bad. But when it comes to bedtime, it's best to avoid it about 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. This gives your body a chance to naturally produce melatonin, so you can fall asleep easier. If you must use electronics, there are apps available that can reduce blue light exposure on your devices, or you could simply switch to more relaxing activities, like reading a book or listening to calming music. It's all about creating a calming environment before bed that promotes natural sleep, free from distractions and technology. This leads to the third point I want to make, which is not creating a relaxing bedtime routine. As we age, it becomes even more important to wind down before hitting the pillow. Many of us may have had a busy, active day, and when it's time for bed, we don't always take the necessary time to decompress. We might think that falling into bed, exhausted, is the best way to sleep, but your body needs a little extra help to get into that deep, restorative sleep. Bill, 74, was a perfect example of someone who never paid attention to his pre-bedtime routine. He would go straight from work to dinner, and then, when it was time for bed, he'd jump right in without thinking twice. He'd often lie awake for hours, struggling to fall asleep, which made him frustrated and even more tired the next day. What Bill didn't know is that he was missing out on the power of relaxation before sleep. Taking 20 to 30 minutes to engage in calming activities like reading, doing light stretches, or listening to soothing music can significantly improve your sleep quality. By calming your mind and body before bed, you allow your brain to prepare for rest instead of jumping straight into sleep mode. So, if you find yourself tossing and turning, try incorporating a calming bedtime ritual into your evening. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just something that helps you relax and signals to your body that it's time to wind down. Now that we've covered the importance of consistent bedtimes, avoiding electronics before bed, and establishing a relaxing bedtime routine, let's dive deeper into two more critical habits that often interfere with our sleep: eating heavy meals or drinking caffeine too late in the evening, and not addressing physical discomfort or pain before sleep. These habits might seem small or insignificant, but they can have a significant impact on the quality of your sleep and overall health as you get older. The first habit we're going to discuss is eating heavy meals or drinking caffeine too late in the evening. Many of us are guilty of this habit, especially when we're winding down after a long day. Maybe you enjoy a late night snack or a cup of coffee to relax, but this habit could be silently sabotaging your sleep. As we age, our digestive systems slow down, making it harder for the body to process large meals or caffeine, especially at night. Let's take John, for example. John is 72 years old and has always been someone who enjoys a good meal, but he noticed that his sleep was becoming more disrupted as he got older. He'd have a full dinner around 7 p.m. and then, at around 9 p.m., he'd sip on a cup of coffee to wind down. At first, it wasn't too noticeable, but over time, John started waking up more often throughout the night, feeling restless and unable to settle back to sleep. He would also sometimes feel heartburn or indigestion late at night, which would keep him awake. John didn't realize that eating a heavy meal too close to bedtime and drinking caffeinated beverages was putting extra strain on his digestive system. Both of these things can lead to discomfort, indigestion, and even acid reflux, which makes it harder to relax and fall into a restful sleep. What's more, caffeine is a stimulant that can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for helping you fall asleep. This means that even though you may feel tired, your body can't fully unwind because the caffeine is keeping your nervous system active. So, what can you do? The solution is simple. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, or alcohol in the 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Instead, try to eat lighter meals in the evening, lean proteins, vegetables, and small portions of whole grains that are easier to digest. If you're craving a late-night snack, choose something light and easy on the stomach, like a small bowl of fruit or a handful of nuts. Herbal teas or warm milk are also great options to help relax your body and prepare for sleep, without causing discomfort or hindering your body's natural sleep cycle. Now, let's talk about another very important factor when it comes to sleep: not addressing physical discomfort or pain before going to bed. Many seniors experience some form of chronic pain, whether it's from arthritis, back pain, sore muscles, or other conditions that become more common as we age. The thing is, we often try to ignore these aches and pains because we think they're just part of getting older. But ignoring physical discomfort before bed can have a huge impact on the quality of your sleep. For example, Linda, a 75-year-old woman, had been struggling with pain in her knees for a while. At first, she thought it was just part of aging, but over time, it got worse. Every night, she would lie in bed, unable to get comfortable, constantly shifting positions to try to ease the pain. The discomfort prevented her from falling into a deep, restful sleep, and she woke up multiple times throughout the night feeling sore and unrested. Linda's sleep quality was significantly affected, and she began to feel increasingly fatigued and frustrated. The thing is, chronic pain doesn't just affect your body, it affects your sleep cycle. When you're in pain, your body is unable to fully relax, and you're more likely to wake up during the night or toss and turn. The pain might also keep you from falling asleep in the first place, leaving you feeling frustrated and unable to rest. But here's the good news. There are ways to manage the pain and improve sleep quality. If you're dealing with joint pain, muscle stiffness, or back pain, it's important to address these issues before going to bed. Whether that means taking pain medication, under a doctor's guidance, using heating pads or cooling gels, or simply adjusting your sleeping position to relieve pressure on painful areas, managing pain before bedtime can significantly improve your ability to sleep. Also, consider incorporating gentle stretching or light yoga into your nighttime routine. This can help loosen up tight muscles and relieve joint stiffness, especially if you're dealing with arthritis. You don't need to do an intense workout. Simple stretches before bed can go a long way in helping you feel more comfortable and relaxed as you settle down for the night. If the pain is severe and persistent, it's important to consult with your doctor. They may recommend physical therapy or alternative treatments like acupuncture, which can help reduce pain and improve overall mobility. Taking steps to manage physical discomfort before bed will not only help you sleep better, but will also improve your overall quality of life. After all, getting enough rest is crucial for healing and rejuvenation, and it's hard to rest when your body is in constant pain. Now that we've covered the first two habits, late night eating and caffeine consumption and ignoring physical pain, let's move on to the third, and perhaps most surprising, habit: skipping or neglecting to create a bedtime routine for relaxation. As we age, we tend to get busier or more stressed, perhaps caring for family, managing health concerns, or dealing with the challenges that come with aging. It can be easy to think we can just crash into bed and fall asleep, but our bodies need time to relax. Without a wind-down routine, it can take longer to fall asleep, and it can lead to restless nights. Take Paul, 76. Paul had always been a hardworking, energetic person. But as he got older, he found himself staying up later, watching TV, or scrolling through his phone at night. Despite being tired, he often had trouble falling asleep. The busy thoughts in his head kept him awake, and it would take him an hour or more to fall into a deep sleep. Paul didn't realize that his lack of relaxation before bed was actually making it harder for his body to transition into sleep mode. The solution here is simple. Create a bedtime routine that helps your mind and body relax. Set aside time at least 30 minutes before bed to unwind without distractions. Dim the lights, listen to calming music, read a book, or practice deep breathing exercises. These activities send a signal to your brain that it's time to slow down and prepare for sleep. Establishing this consistent routine not only helps you sleep better, but also allows your mind to relax and let go of the day's stresses. Now that we've covered the importance of a consistent bedtime, avoiding electronics before sleep, managing your diet and caffeine intake, and addressing physical discomfort, let's dive into the final key factor that could be sabotaging your ability to sleep well: sleeping on the wrong mattress or pillow. This is something that's often overlooked, but it can have a significant impact on your sleep quality, especially as we age. Our bodies change, and so do our needs when it comes to support, comfort, and alignment during sleep. When we were younger, we may have slept soundly on any old mattress and used whatever pillow was available. But as we age, our bodies require more specific support to keep us comfortable throughout the night. Whether you realize it or not, the way we sleep, how we align our bodies, has a major impact on how we feel when we wake up. If you're waking up with aches, pains, or feeling unrested, the issue might not just be your sleep habits, but the quality of your mattress and pillow. Let me share Charlie's story. Charlie is 73, and he's always been a good sleeper. But over the last year, he began waking up with lower back pain and neck stiffness. It was especially noticeable in the morning, and after a few weeks, the pain was preventing him from getting back to sleep. At first, Charlie thought it was just his age catching up with him, but his wife noticed that he was tossing and turning more at night. When they decided to invest in a new mattress and pillow, something incredible happened. Charlie's pain decreased significantly, and he started sleeping much more soundly. It turned out that Charlie's old mattress, which was too firm for his body, was causing him to sleep in an uncomfortable position. His neck pain was coming from a pillow that didn't support the natural curve of his neck. When Charlie switched to a mattress with a medium firm rating and invested in a memory foam pillow that aligned with the shape of his neck, his sleep quality improved dramatically. This simple change to his sleeping environment made a world of difference. So what does this mean for you? It's time to assess whether your mattress and pillow are still providing the support you need. As we age, we often experience a decrease in bone density and changes in our spinal alignment. So investing in a mattress and pillow designed for your needs is essential. A mattress that is too soft or too firm can lead to improper alignment, which causes muscle strain, sore joints, and disturbed sleep. A medium firm mattress is usually the best choice for older adults, as it provides adequate support without being too rigid. For your pillow, consider one that supports your neck's natural curve and allows for proper alignment between your head, neck, and spine. This can prevent neck pain and headaches and help you avoid tossing and turning at night. Once you've made sure your mattress and pillow are supporting your body properly, the next piece of the puzzle is something we often overlook: physical activity during the day. While exercise is essential for health, did you know that the timing of exercise is just as important? Many people think that being physically active only matters during the daytime, but what you do during the day can have a major impact on your sleep at night. It's no surprise that staying active can help you sleep better. Exercise helps regulate your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that helps you feel awake during the day and sleepy at night. However, exercising too late in the evening, especially intense physical activity, can interfere with your ability to wind down. While a good walk or light stretching can help you relax before bed, vigorous exercise late in the evening can keep you awake. Take Marlene, for example. She's 74 and has always enjoyed going for brisk evening walks to stay in shape. But recently, she started noticing that after her evening walks, she was feeling too energized to sleep, often staying awake for hours, struggling to fall asleep. It took her a while to connect the dots, But she eventually realized that her late evening exercise was actually keeping her more alert. Marlene started moving her walks to earlier in the day and noticed a huge improvement in her sleep. Now, she sleeps better and wakes up feeling more rested. Physical activity, whether it's walking, light stretching, or even gentle yoga, is one of the best ways to prepare your body for sleep. But the key is timing. Try to complete any intense exercise at least 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to cool down, slow your heart rate, and lower your adrenaline levels, all of which help prepare you for a more restful night of sleep. Light activities like stretching, gentle yoga, or a calming walk after dinner are ideal for relaxing your body and preparing it for rest. Let's also discuss mental relaxation, an area that can make all the difference for your quality of sleep, especially as we get older. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by daily worries and stresses, and this can keep us awake at night. As we age, we may find ourselves reflecting on the past more often, worrying about health, finances, or our loved ones. But these worries can quickly turn into a mental cycle that's hard to break, keeping you wide awake when you should be sleeping. Louise, 78, struggled with this for months. Even though she was physically tired from her day, she found herself lying awake, thinking about everything under the sun, her children, her health issues, and her future. It wasn't until a friend suggested mindfulness that Louise began to notice a real shift. Louise started practicing simple relaxation techniques, deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness meditation right before bed. These practices helped her clear her mind and break the cycle of stress and worry that kept her up at night. Taking a few minutes before bed to practice mindfulness or relaxation exercises can help you transition from the busy day to a peaceful night. Focus on your breathing, let go of stress, and bring your mind back to the present. Even a simple deep breathing exercise can signal to your body that it's time to rest and prepare for sleep. Remember, mental relaxation is just as important as physical relaxation when it comes to sleep quality. Finally, let's talk about creating a sleep-friendly environment. This is something that doesn't always get the attention it deserves. When we think of improving sleep, we often focus on what we're doing with our bodies or minds, but the environment we sleep in can make a huge difference too. Sandra, 79, had trouble falling asleep, not because of pain or anxiety, but because her bedroom was just not conducive to sleep. She had bright lights, cluttered furniture, and too much noise at night. Once Sandra made a few simple changes, dimmed the lights, decluttered her room, and started using earplugs to block out outside noise, she found that she could fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Your sleep environment should be dark, quiet, and cool. Consider investing in blackout curtains to keep the light out, using white noise machines or earplugs if you're sensitive to noise, and keeping your bedroom at a comfortable temperature. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal for most people. Also, keeping your bedroom tidy and free from distractions can create a peaceful atmosphere that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. As we wrap up this video, I want to reiterate that sleep is the foundation of good health, especially as we age. The habits you form before bed, the environment you create, and the care you give your body can dramatically improve the quality of your rest. By making small changes like updating your mattress, addressing physical discomfort, setting a sleep schedule, and incorporating relaxation techniques, you can sleep better, wake up refreshed, and live life with more energy. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on living well after 70. And don't forget to share your own experiences. What changes have you made to improve your sleep? Here's to sleeping soundly, living fully, and making the most of every day. Sleep tight and take care of yourself.